Hello everyone, Ballistics here again. Today we're going to be looking at a 1 versus 1 on Xel'Naga Caverns. Spawning in the bottom position we have the yellow Terran Tarson, and in the top position the blue Zerg AiBly. I've actually seen both of these people play before, so I'm sure a lot of you guys have as well. Both very high level players playing a lot of the EU servers, and a little bit of trash talk going on here. Apparently I'm missing something. Maybe this is part of a series, but oh well, we're just going to look at this game here. So, with the European servers, this is not something that I'm too familiar with. Just to do a little bit of research on both players, we got AiBly, so again our blue Zerg up on the top, who's actually ranked 5 or 85, sorry, in the top 200 in the European servers. Tarson himself also in the top 200, coming in at the rank of 123. So I'm expecting to see a good game. Lots of different strategies. This is a type of map where you're going to see Zerg, especially against a Terran, probably going to try and pull the fast expo, drop that around 15 supply, 14 supply. Everyone's got their different preferences. I usually like to do it at a 15 supply, but I'm also not a pro. Barracks going down here by Tarson, just going to block off his ramp. Overlord, probably gonna just stick over here somewhere around the side, keep an eye out for any incoming drops, just to keep his eyes open around the map. And let's see what we've got going on here. Looks like we're gonna have a scout and a 14 hatchery. Something, 14 hatchery, maybe gonna drop a 14 pool as well. The 15 pool actually. Again, with when you've got such a long distance, I mean, when we come from the ramp, big large gaps here out in front of everybody's expo, long route to get all the way down to the other map. So I feel like fast expoing on this map very safe, and if you can hold off any initial pushes, you're going to be sitting very well. So just waiting on the pool. Still no gas yet from AiBly. Again, probably just going to concentrate on droning up, getting out some, a few lings, couple queens, and everything like that. And here we have second barracks coming down for Tarson. So this, with this second barracks, he's got the ability to do some early pushes, especially if he just wants to pump on a few Marines. Maybe if you can even keep this SCV up around, throw down a bunker. But we see that AiBly actually has his Overlord in a real nice position. The reason this is so nice is because anywhere that the Terran's going to want to put a bunker, if he is going to be up for that style of play, going to be easily spotted by the Overlord. We got drone transfer starting to come down as the hatchery is just now finishing, and here come the Marines. So this should be good. I know I said in the last video that I was actually going to be keeping an eye out on the replays, make sure we're choosing some good games. I did not do that just because I didn't want to sit down. This was actually a little bit of a longer replay, so I assumed that meant that it was a little bit of a better game than just a short 9-minute 3-gate robo like we saw last time. Bunker about half done. Drone's getting pulled off the line here. This is not looking good. I mean, there goes down one Marine. About to lose the second Marine. Yeah, this is what I would call a failed bunker rush. So just the 2 Marines left. Tarson may leave this here just to kind of keep the drones preoccupied. He will end up canceling, just like we see there. And you're probably going to see Tarson start to pull his Marines back. Maybe start to drop his command center. So we look at the harvester count. What do we see? So 19 harvesters right now for Tarson and 18 for AiBly. Now 18 is decent amount, but he was kind of forced to make a few more Zerglings than he anticipated, especially because of that little bunker rush. But when you've already got your 2 base hatches, this is actually looking pretty good for our Zerg player here now, because it's going to be nice and easy for him to get a nice load of drones coming up. A little bit of a supply block going on here. That's my big downfall when I play a lot of ladder games. Typically, it doesn't really matter what race. I usually find that no matter what it is, whether it's supply depots, pylons, just when I go to need it, if I'm forced to make a lot of Zerglings like AiBly was, that's typically when I forget to make my Overlord. So, any upcoming rushes, though, I feel like right now we're going to see, actually you probably won't see anything, especially with the spine crawler down here. Although there are a lot of Marines here. Trying to keep, did we see any damage on this Overlord? No, but that's, you'd think you probably want to keep a Marine or 2 up here just to prevent any incoming scouts. Factory dropping down, and another factory. So definitely going to be seeing some style of mech here. Probably a little bit of biomech Marines, and maybe even Hellions. And what do we have on the way for our Zerg player? Some Banelings. All right. This is a decent response. Marines obviously are very weak to Banelings, but if you can get them micro properly, you can get that stim upgrade. This is on the new patch, by the way, so stim is actually increased by a full 30 seconds now. But with that stim, Banelings, when controlled properly, yeah, they're effective against Marines, but you got to have something else to go along with them, especially now that Tarson is going to have the 2 factories out. He can get the tanks down fairly easily. As of now, we do see a lot of Hellions and Blue Flame coming in. Blue Flame, never a bad choice, especially against the Lings and the Banelings. And drone counts now. See, and there's you go. There you can see what we were talking about. Nice and easy for that Zerg player to get, not only caught up in the drones, but actually to take the lead. Income levels sitting about the same. Once we get this command center drop down, a 2-base Terran versus a 2-base Zerg, he's gonna want to get his 3rd base, and as soon as I say that, there goes his 3rd base. Because the economy of a Terran player is so strong, you always want to try and stay one step ahead. Little Zergling poking around here, so AiBly does know that the scout is on the go. We also got the rocks breaking down, so could even see AiBly try and take a fast 4th. A little bit of a risky play, but it can really pay off, especially with a player who's a Terran who could end up going mech. A lot of Thors, tanks, anything like that, really slow to move around. Not so great against Marine Hellions, so this is going to be an interesting game. And here we go, the 4th as well. Super risky from AiBly. But we see, do we have any drones transferring? No, we do have speed done for the Lings. We've got the spawn crawler moved out a little bit just to protect his speed Banelings, about halfway done there. Really effective if he can get his creep spread, which is, clearly what he's doing. We're sitting at 10 minutes into the game. Not the best, but he really wanted to use a lot of his queens to get that larva going, try and really up his drone count, especially with a 4th base coming in now. Let's see what we've got in hand for these Hellions. And we're going to get the surround. No, nice control here. Not so great against the queen. He's going to block this ramp here now with 2 of the queens. That's going to prevent any type of the Hellions from getting up and running in and toasting these drones up here. And with the speedlings, there you go. There's the surround. Worth it? I don't know. I mean, these Hellions are a game that I don't think are just like a mid game. A lot of games you see Terran, using them even right up until the late game, constantly harassing, and that's kind of what Terran need to do against a Zerg, especially a Zerg who's going to have 4 base, because they're going to be able to just macro massive armies and roll over any race, no matter who they're facing. Going to be losing lots of overlords here as well. Still no block, both queens going down. Oh, this is such a bad position for AiBly. Lots of Banelings, and he's not even paying attention. He's going to lose his Marines. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. So we did see the 2 queens go down, which, yeah, that's very unfortunate, but he's got the 4th base going. And just as I said that, here we go, losing a bunch more drones. Tarson just looking real good here, keeping on top of his macro. I mean, he's still pumping out the Hellions, still pumping out the Marines, still pumping out SCV, so sitting very, very pretty. We got a total of 78 supply versus 49 supply, and actually with the loss of that last Overlord just dropping under, so AiBly's going to have a lot of catching up to do here. Really surprised that these Hellions were so strong against the Queens, but they really didn't get their momentum until the Marines arrived to back them up. Drone count still sitting at 45 under 30. That is not where a Zerg player wants to be. Army supplies pretty much half, 82 supply versus the 43 for the Terran, even with the medevac support coming in the back. AiBly's going to want to move these drones before he loses them all. You don't want to be hitting that gas either. So just coming back here. Oh, is he going to spot the Expo? Yes, he will. Or at least he could. Does he actually notice it? We'll only see now. These are so vulnerable right now, especially when you've got all those Hellions out running around. So we've still got 8 Hellions on the map. You can easily get down here and toast up that goal before that gives AiBly a chance to hop back into it. 8 PM right now. Wow. 200 for Tarson, 161 for AiBly. not hugely important. Here we go. Finally getting the roaches that are going to be needed to take out these Hellions. Although, not before he loses, again, many harvesters. So this is going to be so hard for AiBly to come back from, especially with the production capabilities at a 2-base Terran with 53 SCVs versus 11 drones. Bunkering up right now. Again, I'm not sure why he would want to do that, but you know, what does a bunker really matter? They're salvageable. It's just like free support. I mean, I don't mind throwing down 300 minerals if it's going to help me protect it, and if I don't end up needing them, you just salvage them and away to go. But we see, here we go, counter coming in from AiBly now, so we have a total of about 10 roaches here, and catching them right before the bunkers are going to be made. These are the types of things that AiBly are going to need to do to stay back in the game. Accidentally loading up, we've seen a planetary fortress. Nice. This is going to make his Expo pretty much unstoppable. 3 racks planetary fortress, and probably get some siege tanks on the go behind it. Oh, Tarson getting caught a little off guard here. Going to lose both his mules, and there's your siege, finally. Drone count. We can see that AiBly is actually coming in, droning up pretty hard right now. We've actually got 8 drones on the way, which is... he's actually doing real well here. This is the difference between a player like me and a player like Pro. I probably would have GG'd the moment I lost all those drones back there. Doing a little bit of leapfrogging with the tanks just to protect that line, and the roaches are going to have to back out. But so we look at the gold. We're starting, still got that same saturation on the gold. We got the queen down here. Another spine crawl coming in. Still going to be pretty vulnerable, but this is going to be the key for AiBly getting back into this game. Finally starting to get some saturation going back at his natural. Not very much at his main, but still worth mining this out. I mean, we've got quite a few thousand minerals left there, and then some coming in at his 4th. So if Tarson's going to want to stay in this, this is what he's going to need to do. Sorry guys, just had to take a little drink there. If Tarson just sits back now, and he gives this Zerg a chance to drone up and get these 4 going, then he's going to be in trouble himself. He needs to keep the pressure on. He needs to keep these Marines moving around. I really like what he's got done here, but is there really any need to leave them back? It's almost like he's got 4 wasted, because AiBly's going to need to focus everything on saving this hatchery right now. Although, that's actually not so bad. I really like what he did here. Is catching any reinforcements coming from this 3rd. Total units right now, what do we have here? 9 roaches, and that's about it. We've got 8 siege tanks, 1 marauder, 25 marines, and on the production line we have, here we go, here are the mutas. Mutas, I find that I tend to use a lot of mutas versus a Protoss as opposed to a Terran, especially a Terran who's going with so many marines and tanks. Marines can literally tear right through a lot of mutas, especially if they've got the stim. They can get right under those mutas right away. And clearly we know that tanks can't shoot, so massive force. Tarson getting ready to take his gold now, and once you get that Terran dropping down on that gold, they can literally just mule up and mined the F out of a gold in no time. So I'm gonna see another little battle here. Got them on siege, and here, look, we just watched the mutas just fall apart. Again, was it a wise choice to go muta? And I assume there was no GG. So there you have it, guys. I guess the smack talk earlier in the game really leads to a little bit of bad blood. AiBly not really liking how that ended. At the end of the day, all it really came down to were those Blue Flame Hellions. Being able to get in here really hurt the economy of the Zerg. That's how you do it. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. I think it was a little bit better than the last one. Hope you enjoyed this commentary a little better. Hopefully I didn't talk too much. But, we're all a work in progress, guys, so look forward to bringing you more games in the future. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.